Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another speaking practice video by Johnny and his class. This is class IELTS 35. And today we will continue with our practice of speaking. And what shall we do now? So, part 1, let's do topic number 17, mornings. So, Miss Nan, please, do you often get up early in the morning?
Yes, I do. I get up at about 6 a.m. and I have been failed many times to form this good habit. I realized that a new day is started earlier. Slightly, I have more time for many activities, and it's also helped me to have more effective approach to what happened within a day.
I see. To what happened within the day. So, Miss Wan, please. Do you usually get up in the morning, like early? Do you usually get up early in the morning?
Since I am a morning person, so I get up quite early in the morning, about 5 or 6 a.m. Before I was before I got up quite
Late.
Late, but then since I get older, I get up more earlier.
I see.
And I feel that that's a plus, because I can have a time to do more stuff about myself, and I feel I can get concentrate more on things.
Concentrate. Cẩn thận phát âm mọi người ơi. I can concentrate more on what I'm doing. Be careful your pronunciation, please. Be very careful with your pronunciation. I can concentrate, please. Alright, so Miss Wan, what do you usually do when you get up early?
When I get up early, first thing I do that I grab my phone and check email and check what I
think everyone does the same thing.
And check if people PM me, and then I get out of the room. Before, when we don't have a pandemic, I often go out for a walk.
I often go out for a walk, you mean?
For a walk.
Walk. Kéo dài mọi người. Long, a walk.
A walk.
Not work. Work is different from walk.
A walk.
For a walk, okay. Now,
how
about you, Miss Helen? Do you usually get up early in the morning?
Yes, that is what I usually do on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, because that is a noun form. Basis. Basic is an adjective form.
Basics.
I usually get up early on a regular basis.
Basics.
On a regular basis.
Basics.
Thường ngày. On a regular basis. On a regular basis. Okay.
This habits come from my father. I mean, my father's.
What about your father?
He will shout. He will shout at us. He will shout at me.
He usually shouted at us whenever we wake up late, right?
Late.
I see. Miss Helen, so which mornings do you like best in a week?
I don't have this.
I'm asking Miss Helen, please. So, which morning do you like best in a week?
Yeah, actually, Saturdays is the best mornings because I don't have any
commitment. I don't have any commitment. Tôi không có bất kỳ chuyện phải làm. I don't have any commitment to do. It means I don't have to do anything. I
don't have any commitment to do.
I don't have any commitment to do. So
I spend.
I don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I spend most of the time to relax, listen to music, and go shopping. So it makes me unwind and recharge from the whole week.
Energy from a hectic working day. Recharge my energy, I think.
Recharge my energies.
So, Miss Ngan, please, do you work efficiently in the morning?
Yes, I think so. In the morning, it's a good time for me to concentrate on my working, and I have fully concentration in my work. So it produce more efficiency outcome.
It produces more efficient outcome for what I do.
Efficient outcome for what I do in the morning.
It produces more efficient outcome for what I do. Nó sản sinh ra nhiều cái kết quả mà hiệu quả hơn cho những cái tôi làm. Okay, very good. That's very good. So, Miss Wan, please, do you work efficiently in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, and why?
Since I changed my schedule into a morning person, I work more efficient in the morning.
I work more efficiently in the morning.
I work more efficiently in the morning than in the afternoon. And I think in the morning I have more energy to check everything, and I have a ton of work to do. So it makes my days more busy, and I have a motivation to work.
I have the motivation to work. I see. Right. So so that's about mornings, I think. So what about people who wake up late, Miss Wan? Do you think that waking up late and working hard during the evening and nighttime is a good idea?
Me?
Yes.
You.
I'm asking you, yes, Miss Wan. Do you think that working late in the evening and at night and waking up late in the morning is a good idea?
I don't think it's a good idea due to biological characteristic of people.
But that's what I do, and I'm still alive.
But I think that affects on health day by day somehow, and that will cause a lot of problem when people get older. However, due to some jobs or some jobs required, you have to work up late at night, and that make a habit on people.
I see. All right. I think it's good enough if we go to another topic, which is 16. Remembering people's names. Nhớ tên của người khác. Remembering people's name. Okay, so Miss Young, please. Is it easy to remember the names of people? Oh, just a moment, please. Alright, I'm back. So, Miss Young, is it easy to remember the names of people?
Yes. It's not difficult for me to remember people names. Why I have some style, I have some tips or trick to remember people names. For example, after I met someone, I
remember people's names, please.
I remember people's name.
Okay.
And then if I have some basic information about them, then I will link their name with their identify feature. Like
we'll give the name with their details, you mean?
Yes, I will know
the details.
And link with their characteristic that make me impressed about impressed about her or him, and then I can note down something very short in their name card or a name list, like the clothes or their smile, something like that. Something that make me easy to remember them when I look back or see their name.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Helen, please, what do you do to help you remember people's names better?
Yes. I think that it should. I have used a note in my smartphone, or when I save the telephone numbers, I will give some những cái chi tiết nổi bật về họ là mình nói.
Remember their most striking characteristics, những phẩm chất nổi bật, những phẩm chất nổi bật nhất của họ. Their most striking characteristics, their most typical or striking characteristic. Strike là đánh vào, striking là mang tính như đặt vào mắt ta thấy. Striking means like you you see a person, it strike right into your eyes, like directly what you see as a first impression. Ấn tượng đầu tiên. So striking means like your first impression of a person. What do they have as character? Their most striking characteristics, những phẩm chất nổi bật nhất của một người.
So maybe others people will take note, but I prefer to put their most striking characteristics on at the end of the contact details on my smartphone. Details on my smartphone.
At the end of your contact details in your smartphone, or on your smartphone. Sorry.
On my smartphone.
On my phone. We don't say in my phone. We say on my phone. So on my smartphone.
Okay. On my smartphone.
So Miss On, please. Do you think it's important to remember people's name?
I do think remember people's name is important because that show how respect and how focused on the person you are talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And since that's embarrassing if you miscall the name with the person you talk to.
If you missed the call of the person.
And I think like in some important place like in business um, or
In what case? In business cases
careers,
or in other cases? Do you think it's important? Because
in like in an interview.
In an interview. Cẩn thận mọi người ơi, mấy cái danh từ thường có những âm đầu nếu mà nó như ít âm hơn. Remember, nouns are often stressed on the first syllable if it has not so many sounds. So let's say not interview, but it's interview. Be careful, please. For example, in interviews. Okay.
In interview, if you call the wrong name of the person you are talking to, that even show how non-professional you are.
Yes.
So I don't think you will have a lot of chance to get a job or get a opportunity in business.
Exactly, I believe so too. So, Miss Helen, please, how do you feel when people can't or cannot remember your name?
At first, I was a little bit upset because that's mean that they didn't pay attention much about me. Pay attention to me.
Pay much attention, not pay about much attention. Okay, they didn't pay much attention
to me. About me.
Much attention about me. Pay attention about me. Pay attention. Oh, pay attention to me when I talk.
Pay attention to me. But in reverse, it made me rethink. Maybe
rethink my relationship. Tôi nghĩ là cái mối quan hệ của tôi. Make me rethink my relationship.
Or maybe I don't have enough interesting, so it's just a time for me to look back and improve myself.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Helen, do any names have special meanings in your country?
I think there are several names have special meanings.
For example?
For example, some parents tend to give their children's name like Việt or Nam is it's the same names as the country. So it's remind the children
their roots, right? Về cái gốc rễ cội nguồn. It reminds them of their roots, is it?
Yeah, they remind their root and the proud of the country's history.
Or it gives them the sense of origin. Cho chúng cảm giác mà về cái cội nguồn, you know. It gives them a sense of origin, or it reminds them of their roots. Nhắc chúng lại về cái cội nguồn. Alright, so how about you, Miss Kim Ngân? Do any names have special meanings in your country, Miss Ngân? Your microphone, please.
Yes, I do agree with Miss Helen that when parents give a name to children, they always have to a child. They always have
or to children. If you want to say that in plural, a child is singular. Yes.
to children. They always.
It's one, so it's singular, but children is plural already.
When parents give a name to a child, they always have their purpose and by
implication, hàm ý,
implication, implication through the name. For example, my name is Kim Ngân. I understand that
it implies wealth, isn't it?
Yes, a wealthy and like a treasure with the worthy of what, like a stylist, like gold and silver, something gold like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Every name has their meaning. Yes.
Every name has their own meaning, and these names can affect or less or more have effect to their future life.
Affect to, please. Affect to.
Affect their future life.
Future life, yes. I do believe so too, because I have seen a lot of people with the name Minh and Nhật Nam. I mean, being like really famous for being really clever, you know. And so the people with the name Hằng, well, they are quite clever too, very clever.
How about Miss Hằng?
What Miss Hằng?
Yeah, talkative person.
Oh, Miss Phương Hằng, you mean?
Yes.
Oh dear, I have never seen a Miss Phương, a Miss Hằng that, you know, they are always kind of dramatic, you know, a bit dramatic, you know. Anyway, so what do you think, Miss One? Do any name have special meanings in your country?
I think that every parents have a meaning behind.
You mean every parents have their own thinking behind the names that they give to their children, isn't it?
Yes. So it's not only in my country, but I think that over the world that any name has special meaning. For example, when my parents give me the name Oanh, they wanted me to live a fun life and always chill like a bird.
Oh, really? I never know about meaning of the name Oanh though. So, do you know about the meaning of any other names? This one? Do you know about the meaning of other names?
I think other names have their own meaning. For example,
their own meaning. There are own meanings.
Their own meaning. For example,
there are own meaning.
Own meaning. For example,
own. There are own meaning.
There's a own meaning. For example, mình is something about smart people, clever. Nga
like very
is
bright.
about
Vietnam is a manly person, isn't it? Or Vietnam, yeah. Okay, good. I think let's move on to part 2 now, shall we? Now, so 35. Let's see now. 27. There you go. I'm there. Describe a time when you had to wait in line for a long time. This is a part 2. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn phải chờ trong một cái hàng dài, một thời gian lâu dài. You should say when it was, lúc nào thế, where you were, bạn lúc đó ở đâu, why you were there, tại sao bạn lại ở đó, and explain how you felt about it. Giải thích là bạn cảm thấy thế nào về điều đó. And then you have part 3 of waiting in line. Chờ trong một cái hàng nào đó. So do people in your country often wait in line? Những người trong đất nước bạn có thường chờ trong những hàng chờ dài không? Why do people jump the queue? Why do some people jump the queue? You know the queue? The queue. It's pronounced exactly like a letter Q. Đọc y chang như cái chữ Q tiếng Anh á. Queue. The queue. The queue, hàng dài xếp hàng. Hàng dài xếp hàng để chờ cái gì đó. So it's a long line that people wait to do something. It's a queue. And the verb is to queue up. The verb is to queue up. Xếp hàng. To queue up. Wait, to queue. To queue up, I mean, I think queue up's a different meaning. Let me check. Of course, I always have to check because at times I'm not even sure of the meaning sometimes. Now, queue as a verb. Let's check for queue up. There you go. In UK, we say to queue up. In US, we say to line up or line. So, queue up means to line up. I mean, you know what a line means. Một cái đường dài để chờ. So, to queue up or to line up, okay? Now, let's go back to it. Why do people jump the queue? To jump the queue. Nhảy hàng. Chen hàng. So jump the queue means like they do not want to wait in the queue, so they just jumped, and then wish that they could receive their thing that they want before the other people. They are very impatient people. And you need to say why did they? Some people jump the queue. Tại sao một số người lại thích chen hàng? So who do people react when someone jump the queue? I think this one is how do people react? When someone jumps the queue, con người ta phản ứng thế nào khi một ai đó chen hàng? Do you think the development of technology has reduced the time people spend on waiting? Các bạn có nghĩ rằng sự phát triển công nghệ đã giảm cái thời gian con người ta dành cho chuyện chờ đợi không? Oh, look at the skies about to rain now. Very big one. Okay. Now, let's wait. Let's do this one for 2 minutes, shall we? Okay. Now, so describe a time that you had to wait in line for a long time. Miss Helen, please.
In general, life's full of people. So whenever we go out, we have to encounter the crowd, and I myself used to wait in line for an hour at the supermarket. It happened at the test holiday.
Yes.
When I went there to
when
I was there to buy some souvenirs to my family.
Yes.
Before I came back hometown, everything was alright, except for the payment. I have to wait at the cashier too long to be to be served. And that's a boring moment. Although I went there alone, I am.
Yes, this is not
I
good.
still, alone.
Let's
So
try
I.
again. Let's try again. This is not good. Can you describe a time that you had to wait in line for a long time, Miss Ngân? Can you? Okay, Mr. Helen, we will come back to you later. Okay, Miss Ngân, please. Can you describe a time that you had to wait in line for a long time?
Yes, this image can be seen easily in some public areas. First, for example, airport. When we go to airport and we have to make a queue for security check before go through the waiting area. Sorry?
Before going to...
Yes, before going to waiting area. Especially on the peak time, like a holiday season or weekend, there are a huge number of people make a long of queue in front of the security check. It takes a lot of time for this procedure. And second, in the pandemic period, you can see making a long queue in COVID vaccination venue. There are many people. There are many citizens who want to get vaccines as soon as possible.
Yes.
And they make a long queue. Yes, they make a long queue to wait for their turn to get the vaccine. And I think this some people, they follow the rule very good, but some they make
very well, because that
is
very well they follow. So effort well, because I explain how they follow. They follow it well. Okay, they follow it well.
I see some people, they follow the rule very well, because making a queue is the good method or the measurement to deal with a crowd, and it's really necessary for people to understand and follow.
Yes. All right. Very good. Okay, very good. Now, so Miss On, please, can you describe a time that you had to wait in line for a long time? Your microphone, please.
The last time I have to wait in line was 2 years ago, when I was a trip to Russia, and I booked appointment.
I booked Be careful.
An appointment.
Book. Kéo dài nha mọi người. It's book.
I booked.
To book phải book nha, phải u kéo dài nha. It's not là long u sound, but it's là sound. Book.
I book.
To book. And in past tense and past participle, it's booked. It's a T sound at the end. Booked. Booked. I booked.
Even I booked an appointment to the museum like 1 month before, but I was still in the long line to wait for people to come in. So if even I woke up early and in the queue at 8 a.m. I was in the line and have to wait until like 3 p.m.
Oh,
So
wow. It's really long.
So it was really long and tiring, and I even saw people eating lunch in the queue, and they saw people in the queue too. So I don't know why
I didn't know.
people like it. I didn't know why people like museum a lot like that in Russia, but for me it was too tired. And when I got into the museum, I haven't no energy to look at anything else. So so that make me feel exhausted.
Makes you exhausted.
Make me exhausted, and and in my experience, I never ever go to museum in foreign country again.
Of course. Now, so that's good enough. Miss Helen, please. Can you describe a time that you had to wait in line for a long time? Let's try again, shall we?
Yes. It happens quite. It happens a long time ago. When we went to Finland, a cousin of mine and I went to Finland. It's situated
Vinpearl?
Vinpearl.
No, it's pronounced like Vinpearl. Pearl.
Vinpearl.
Pearl. Pearl. Vinpearl.
Pearl.
Pearl. Pearl.
Pearl.
Pearl. Pearl. Pearl.
Pearl.
Pearl. Pearl. Pearl. It's Pearl. Vinpearl.
Pearl. It's situated in one of islands in Nha Trang City.
Okay.
And when we were there, we decided to enjoy some games in Quarter Park. So we have to make a line and wait almost half an hour before we being served.
Yes. Before being served. Very good. Now, so that's not. So I felt terrible. Is that? I felt.
No, even though we still have fascination, exciting times. So we keep wait before each game, so that we can play as many games as possible on that day.
Yes. All right. That's a bit better now. Okay, so let's go to part 3 of waiting in line. So, Miss One, please. Do people in your country often wait in line? Do they often do that?
In my opinion, Vietnamese people don't have the habit to wait in line due to the agriculture before we have. So, but nowadays, with the open culture we face with the modern social, we are learning the habit to to wait in line, and I do think it's better with the young general. And in the big city, we still can see the people wait in line very well in the coffee shop or restaurant, but in rural side, the big crowd, they don't have this habit, and usually make noise, and and we still don't see any queue.
We don't see any queue at all. So how about waiting in front of supermarkets? Waiting in supermarket, people are often very, very impatient. They always try to jump the queue. That's how Vietnamese people are. I mean, I'm very furious about that because that one happened many times and people just keep jumping the queue. So, I just wish the police could just get them because of that. But unfortunately, that is nothing. That's not a crime, so... Alright, so Ms. Ngan, what do you think? Why do people keep jumping the queue? Why do some people jump the queue?
I think the reason is it depends on the person who wants to jump the queue in intention or recklessness.
Yes.
For some case, for example, some urban, for some rural citizen, when they come to a big city or a big area, a public area like a shopping mall or the airport, sometimes they are not a kind of person impolite, but because they are unfamiliar with these manner in the public.
You mean they're not familiar with waiting in line?
This regulation.
You mean they were not educated in that manner?
No, I don't think they are not educated. Just
everyone was educated, but they didn't. They don't want to follow the rules. That's the thing.
Some people they come to this place at the first time, so they don't know how
to behave
this play function. Yeah.
Well, so does it mean that people from the countryside, for example, or mountain, or in the rural area, they don't know how to queue? Is that
what they have to do?
Okay, that could be something. Some people they're not used to because they come from a different region of the country. For example, in a mountain, in the rural area, in forest or somewhere else. But when we have to wait, when they live in a crowded area like in the city, they will have to get used to waiting in line.
Yes.
So.
And for second group who or who jump the queue for urgent case. For example, in the last minute, they rush to go into the like in urgent case. They if they see a long queue like this, and they want to jump the queue, they should get the permission of someone who in like in some top position. If they agree, they can.
What do you mean top position? Like you have permission from people.
Mấy người mà đứng hàng đầu á thầy.
For you.
Mấy cái người đứng hàng đầu á, front line.
The frontliners. No, that's asking permission for people who stand before you. That's enough.
Yeah, who stand before you. You get their permission to jump the queue. So I think it's acceptable in this case.
Okay. All right, that's good enough. So, Miss Helen, please. So, how do people react when someone jumps the queue? What do you think?
Yeah, the vast majority of people will first furious
Will be
and
furious.
even
Nổi điên.
furious
Will be
will
furious.
be furious, or even they cannot control themselves. Maybe they will shout or make noise and refuse.
And refuse to give them the position, the place.
And refuse give them the place. But with some people, maybe they ignore that action, and it is okay to them.
And this is the case to them, I see. Now, so I see. So what do you think, Miss Oan? How do people react when someone jumps the queue? What do you think?
I think in most cases, when people
in most cases
when people see someone jump the queue, they get angry because that happens when people wait for a long time, but some people cut out the process and try to find a quick way to get into it without waiting. But in some cases, people just ignore it because they feel weak. They feel weak
or
to
they
face
want
with.
to make a fuss about it, or they do not want to make a fuss about something. Oh, something. Sorry. Okay, sorry, Miss One. So can you say again? How can people react when someone jumps the queue?
In some cases, people just ignore it when they feel weak to face with a bigger physical person.
Physical?
Like they are just really big.
What do you mean physical? I don't understand. Can you say that sentence again?
They just ignore when someone who is really big.
Really big. Really big. Physically.
Really big. Jump the queue. Or when they just they just don't want to make problem with themselves. But I see in other country, like in the West, they really angry and they reacted. They make the one who jumps the queue feel embarrassing about their
feel embarrassed about their actions.
About their action by the look staring at themselves.
I see, by their look. Very good. Very good. Now, so let's move on to the next question. This one, do you think the development of technology has reduced the time people spend on waiting?
I do think that the development of technology can reduce the time of people. Technology can make people waste less. For example, nowadays I see the bank can make the appointment online, so they just book the appointment before they go, and they have the schedule when they can meet the banker. So that's easier to foresee to foresee the time that they can work on it. So, and due to the pandemic now, I see that we develop the technology on the live to make people wait less on the queue.
To make people wait less on the queue, in the queue. You mean in the queue?
In the
Because
queue.
in line, so in the queue, you know. Tại vì nếu mà in line thì nó sẽ in the queue, you know. So now, so I think we should move on to 26. 26, please. Describe a time when you saw many people smiling. Be careful. Smiling is different from laughing, okay? Mỉm cười thôi, chứ thay vì là cười phá lên cười. So, describe a time when you saw many people smiling. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn thấy nhiều người mỉm cười. You should say when it happened. Diễn ra lúc nào thế? Nó đã diễn ra lúc nào thế? Who you were with. Lúc đó bạn đã ở đâu với ai? What happened? Nó đã diễn ra lúc nào? Điều gì đã diễn ra chứ? And explain why many people were smiling. Giải thích tại sao nhiều người đã đang mỉm cười. And we have part 3 about smile. Do you think people like to smile? Do you think people who like to smile are more friendly? Bạn có nghĩ những người mà thích mỉm cười thì thân thiện hơn không? Why do most people smile in photographs? Tại sao phần đông những con người mà người ta mỉm cười trong những tấm hình? Do women, we men smile more than men? Những phụ nữ có mỉm cười nhiều hơn đàn ông không? Do people smile more often, more when they are younger or older? Con người ta mỉm cười nhiều hơn khi họ trẻ hơn hay già hơn? So this can be a bit strange topic, to be honest with you. Hơi lạ đấy. 2 minutes, please. Okay, class, let's do it. Now, Miss Ngân, please. Can you describe a time when you saw many people smiling?
Yes. I saw most of people who attend most of the people who attend graduation ceremony smiling a lot. For students who get the certificate, who get the degree, who smile for their first milestone, and it's milestone. It means that they get the first ticket to come into next part of their career path.
And milestone.
Cẩn thận các bạn. Milestone. For parents.
Milestone of their life. Okay, very good. So,
and for parents, sorry.
Yes, please continue.
Okay, continue. And for parents, they smile for their happiness to see the first success of their children. And
sometimes they cry, you know.
They have to wait this day for more than 12 years.
It's more than that, I'm sure.
And this time, like harvest after a long time investment. And for teacher, they smile because they can see a future generation who can contribute to a labor force of country.
Who can continue to, who can contribute, you mean?
Contribute, yeah.
Contribute.
To the labor force.
Who can contribute. Who can contribute to the labor force.
Labor force.
The labor force. Or we can say the workforce.
A workforce.
The workforce of a country, lực lượng lao động của đất nước. Okay. So, Miss Helen, please. Describe a time that you saw many people smiling.
Yeah, last October when I attended celebrations for all women in our company, I saw lots of people smiling. That's as usual. That's an special occasions when everybody in the company had a chance to gather and chit chat together, and they, especially women, dressed up more formal than usual. They are more beautiful. They was more beautiful. Just prepare for memorable pictures later on. And I guess there are
memorable picture later on.
I guess there are more than 50 people that day, and we all gather half an hour beforehand, before the main parties. We try to we make a tạo hình.
We pose. We pose for photographs.
We posed for photographs, and everybody everybody try to make a beautiful smile.
Everybody try to make beautiful smile, and
they were on good mood.
They were in a good mood, you mean?
They were in the good mood, and that's the true feeling at that time.
I see. Okay, now, right. So, Miss One, please. Can you describe a time when you saw many people smiling?
The moment I saw many people smiling was on my wedding, and when we took the family photograph, I saw the happy smile on the face of my family member, my mother, my relative, and my brother.
My relative. Những người thân.
And I at that moment I really know that they are all happy when they see my happiness. So that moment melt my heart.
That moment melt my heart. Cái phút giây đó làm mềm trái tim tôi ra luôn. That moment melted. Okay, so past tense, melted my heart. That moment melted my heart. Please continue.
And also I saw the smile of my friends who attended to my wedding, and
who attended my wedding. My friends who attended my wedding.
My friends who attended my wedding, and even I, because I just invited very close people around me, so I know that the smile from desert south.
Okay, I mean, and that's why people were smiling, I see. Okay, let's do part 3 of smile, Miss Anne, please. So do you think people who like to smile are more friendly?
I agree that people who smile more are more friendly because that's
Not friendly then.
because
So I'm not
not
friendly then. Because I laugh but I don't smile. So I'm not a friendly person then.
because that smile is strength the warm atmosphere and maintain a happy positive mood to everyone around. Also I can see that smile relieves the stress in bad situation. And so I think if people who is not friendly, they cannot smile often.
They wouldn't be able to smile often. I see. Họ sẽ không có khả năng mà smile nhiều được đâu. But maybe I'm not that friendly. I laugh but I don't smile. Okay, now, so Miss Helen, please. So why do most people smile in photographs? What do you think? Is that because they want to look good in the photographs only? Is it because they how can I say, there's a tradition or something? Có truyền thống chăng?
Yes, whenever people take photographs, yes.
Okay.
That's one person will say cheese or cheer up or 1, 2, 3, and then everybody smile. And it's like the tradition for most people's all over the world.
All over the world, yes. But you know who doesn't smile in photographs? Like, I think serious people, they won't smile when they take photographs. Serious people, những người mà nghiêm túc, they won't smile when they take photographs, I think. What do you think, Miss Ngân? Why do most people smile in photographs?
I think most of the people will agree with me that people will be more beautiful with their smiling.
Because when I smile, I look weird. When I smile, I look weird.
Shape. Yeah.
But when I laugh, I look much better.
But your face still more friendly than you look like a gangster or cool as Ice Cube.
I don't like people who looks like cute, like cool, like Ice Cube. You know?
So that is one reason that people always smile, even they don't want to smile. But this way will make them more beautiful in the photograph, which will keep the cái khoảng cách là gì nhỉ?
The distance.
Yes, the distance for a long time, maybe for next generation. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, smiling is actually
exception for model.
Oh, model don't smile. They are not allowed to smile. You know why? You know why models are not allowed to smile?
Because they are they target on the clothes or the thing that they want to promote, not their face. So if the model smile, people will they will attract people there by their smile, not by their things that they try to promote.
Exactly.
You agree with me?
Vậy mẹ bỏ vào trong cái lò xong bỏ trong
See, I muted the microphone on time, so Never mind. Okay, because the models are meant to promote the products. Of course, not
Yes.
their face. So their face
Yes.
is there.
Mhm.
Their face is.
Nó không phải là điểm nhấn.
It's not the main point. It's not the
Yes.
focus. The focus is the clothes, the shoes. So the
Yes.
model is just there just to walk around the catwalk.
Mhm.
To walk on the catwalk. Catwalk là sàn diễn.
Mhm.
To walk on the catwalk, and that's it. They are not even they can't smile.
Yes.
I mean, they are trained not to smile when they do their job.
Mhm.
It's like robots, I think.
Mm.
Anyway, now, so Miss Gunn, do women smile more than men? What do you think?
I think it depends on people characteristic rather than gender. I see some men who are friendly. They smile naturally and frequently than some women who they don't have this tendency to smile.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not based on gender to just or to
To judge
criticize.
someone like that, I see.
Mhm.
It's not based on gender to judge someone that way. I see. Now, so Miss Wan, please. So, do people smile more when they are older or younger? What do you think? Miss Wan, your microphone, please.
I think it depends on the characteristics and not depends on the age, because
The age. It doesn't depend on the age, but the characteristic.
it doesn't depend on the age, because when people who are optimistic or who are friendly, they will keep that spirit from their young age to old age, and it's strengthen the warm atmosphere, and it doesn't depend on how old you are, and it just depends on how you look about the life.
About life.
So, but in some cases, I know when people get older, they are not really happy. Sometimes
it depends on how happy someone is. I think it depends on how happy someone is.
Yes, and sometimes they ill. The illness touches them a lot, so they cannot smile happily like when they are young. So, but it doesn't depend on the age. It just depends on the health and how happy they are.
Okay, how about in the case of flight attendants? They always have to smile. You know that, right? Flight attendants. Of course, they have to always smile to greet customers on board, you know. When you go on the airplane, they always have to, hi, welcome, please go this way. Hi, go this way. You know, they always have to smile. It's part of their job. And to present the image of the airline, you know, to represent the image. To represent the image of the airline. Đại diện hình ảnh của cái hãng hàng không. So they have to smile always. So it also depends on the occupation as well, you know. But for this question, I do agree that age doesn't matter, I think. So what do you think, Miss Helen? Do people smile more when they are younger or older? What do you think?
Yeah, I think most people, when they are younger, they have more chance to um, to socialize. So it seems that they tend to smile more often than the older.
You mean they seem to smile more often than the older people?
Yes, because when they meet up other people, they want to show their politeness and they want to make the atmosphere less stressful. They tend to smile. For the older, they spend the whole day at home, and some people don't have children or even grandchildren. So how can they smile if they are alone?
Well, they can have pets. You know, they can have pets. They can have cats and dogs. It's like they are children. It's like they are our own children. They can adopt them, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think people smile because they are happy more. It doesn't depend on age, to be honest with you. So, Miss Ngan, what do you think?
It's a quite interesting question.
It is.
I do agree with Miss Helen, but I want to add some point. I think younger or older people, they have equal, how to say? I think the difference between them is the way they express their smile. For example, the younger, they smile like when they are over the moon. They smile bigger and like over control, like something like that.
On the floor. That's this laughing. That's not smiling. Be careful, please. Smiling and laughing is different. Mỉm cười và phá lên cười là hai hành vi khác nhau nha mọi người. Please be careful. Now, Miss, what do you say?
Yeah, and but for the older, they usually smile with their satisfaction. Sorry.
For the older people, not the. For the
older people, they tend to smile inside, not express outside. Some like.
I agree.
With their self satisfaction and happiness, like the older style, not over control or big smile.
No, I see. All right.
That's still right.
I agree. Now, so I think let's move on to 25, if you don't mind. Now, 25 is describe a plan in your life. Một kế hoạch, miêu tả một cái kế hoạch trong cuộc đời các bạn. Not related to work or study. Mà không hề liên quan đến chuyện học hay chuyện làm việc nha mọi người. That's why this one is more difficult. It's not related to work or study. And it's describe a plan in your life. Một kế hoạch trong cuộc đời các bạn. Không liên quan chuyện học hay chuyện làm việc. You should say what it is. Kế hoạch gì thế? Why you have it? Tại sao bạn lại có kế hoạch này? What you need to do? Bạn cần phải làm gì? And explain how you would feel if it is successful. Và bạn sẽ cảm thấy thế nào nếu mà cái kế hoạch này thành công? And then you have part 3 about plans or planning. Kế hoạch hoặc là cái việc lên kế hoạch. What sort of plans do young people often have to make? Những người trẻ thường phải có những cái loại kế hoạch như thế nào? Thường phải có những loại kế hoạch như thế nào? Should parents make plans for their children? Các bậc cha mẹ có nên lập kế hoạch cho trẻ nhỏ của họ không? When should children start to make plans for themselves? Khi nào thì trẻ nhỏ nên bắt đầu tự lập kế hoạch cho bản thân chúng? What plans do countries need to make? Những đất nước thì cần phải lên kế hoạch những điều gì? So talking about these are different levels, family level, children, parents, and then country. Nó nhiều mức độ. Những đất nước cần phải plan cái gì? Well, talking about country, you can talk about defense. Phòng vệ, phòng thủ, quốc phòng, defense. You can talk about education. You can talk about healthcare, chăm sóc sức khỏe, giáo dục. You can talk about like how can I say economy, nền kinh tế. What plans do they need to make? Something like that. All right, 2 minutes, please. Okay, let's do it. Right. Describe a plan in your life not related to work or study. Like, for example, the plan to improve your physique, to go to the gym, the plan that you go to like a doctor to have a surgery of your face so you look more beautiful, for example. Or maybe a plan to travel, who knows? Now, Miss Ngan, please, can you?
Yes, I have a tendency to set many plans yearly. Besides work or study, I usually make a plans for my family trips. When people able to relax and recharge full energy for next term. And it also help all members in the family to strengthen our relationship, to make each people to understand more, and to have a better relationship in the future. And of course, it's also a practical chance for my children to explore and discover new things in new places. Why I refer to teach them the real ones rather than to teach them the real ones rather than instead of just looking or watching on the TV or on the book. And of course, this big motivation for me to work harder and harder to achieve this goal. And like everyone in this pandemic, my plans for this year is failed. When people because of social distancing, so I cannot make it successful.
Okay. Okay, very good. Now, Miss Helen, please, can you describe a plan in your life not related to work or study, please? That sounds like a good plan.
If besides work and studies, I am planning on traveling throughout the countries with my family. It will take 2 weeks. It's a 2-week trip, I think. I think we will not only sightseeing along the way, but also can have a visit to some relatives in some provinces in Vietnam. So I myself have to rearrange the hectic schedules as well as save some money to have enough purchase for that journey. And if that plan is successful, I think that's nothing. That plan is successful. Nothing could be better. Nothing can't be better.
It could be better for me, I think.
really looking forward to that trip.
Okay, very good. Now, so Miss One, please. Can you describe a plan in your life not related to work or study?
One of my important plan I haven't made now.
Cái ngữ điệu đó quan trọng lắm nha. Remember, the way you speak it, don't be monotonous. Đừng có mà trở nên nó quá đơn điệu nha mọi người. Don't be monotonous. You need to have some, you know, up and down. You need to have some up and down in your speech. Like for example, the way I say it. Like for example, in a sentence, I say, "What sort of plans do young people often have to make?" I didn't say, "What sort of plan do young people often have to make?" You know, have some intonation. That is what you have to do right now. Ráng cố gắng luyện cái chuyện mà nhấn nhá trong câu chỗ nào nên nhấn. Thường là cái danh từ nó sẽ nhấn. Like normally, we stress on the nouns. Like what sort of plans do young people often have to make? Should parents make plans for their children? When should children start to make plans for themselves? For example, that's the general rule, okay? Or you can stress on the thing that you mean to focus on. Có thể tập trung vào cái thứ mà các bạn muốn tập trung vào. Ví dụ như một cái động từ hay là một cái tính từ nào đó. Like for example, you want to focus on a verb or an adjective, then you focus on that. You stop there for a while, you know. Now, Miss One, can you try that? Describe a plan in your life, please, not related to work or study.
Even my child is still small now, but one of my important plans I haven't made is his education plan. And besides the fund, I have a plan for his school. I also plan the way for him to educate. And besides,
and in 15 years, maybe, and in 10 years, maybe he will take IELTS with Mr. John.
And since I and my husband want he to assess the writing course at the early year, so we tried to make him like the computer and do some homeschooling course, and even we still send him to the public school to not make him different of other children, and we don't want to make him
different from the other child, from the other children. Yep.
From the other children, but we also want him to be better at English. So we try to find some to be better at English.
English. Okay.
To be good at English, so we try to find some English course and about the common international course at some homeschooling from America.
It's a good idea, provided that the quality is good. Don't send them to international school, please. It's a mess anyway. You know it.
And yes, and I don't think international school is a good idea for him, since it's just a place to entertain him too much. That's the way I don't want to. So for me, it's a fun also, and it's also good to see his achievement day by day. day by day chasing my plan, but also respect his life and his talent.
Okay, just remember that people can start learning IELTS from grade 9, okay? Minimum is grade 9. Don't go to me when he's like grade 6 or 5 or something, please.
Okay, I remember.
Because one of my nephew came to me when he was in grade 8, and he has already had problems with understanding IELTS, and until now, after a year, he's much better now. But he's still having a lot of problems with understanding, the knowledge of the world around him. It's not about the language, it's about the knowledge about the world around him that requires the age for him to understand it,
So you have a special course only for him?
Somewhat.
Like you have a special studying plan for him, or
he just studied with the group. I mean, I don't have anything special for him. He studied with the same group.
Yeah.
And he's the youngest in the group anyway, so anyway, I don't want to separate him from the group because I don't want like one lesson. It's really not what I want to do. It's stressful for one lesson, and it's also expensive too. And I think for language, you should study in a small group, something like that. Like a group of 5, 6, or 7 people. It's fine. Okay, so let's talk about part 3 of plans now. So Miss Helen, what sort of plans do young people often have to make? What do you think? Oh, by the way, did you watch the video about crime that I sent?
Yes.
Did you, class? Besides from Miss Ngun?
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe I lost my Facebook. I didn't see anything.
It's on the group. It's on the group right now. You can check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so next time we do practice, we should do crime, okay? We haven't done that. We haven't done crime, okay? Now, so, Miss Helen, please, your microphone, please. What sort of plans do young people often have to make?
Yeah, I think most young people often they are often ambitious, so they have a lot of plans, and the major focus.
You mean the majority?
Majority.
Phần đông.
The priority. No, the priority. The major priority may be their career path. So they have planned to improve the working skills rather than entertaining planned.
Rather than entertaining plans. Well, anything else, please? Cố lên, Miss Helen. Cố lên. Try your best. Try to expand that, Miss Helen. Can you, please?
So, and I just guess some young people they seem eager to attend courses, so they spend most of their time to study
Okay, that's good enough, I think. Now, so Miss Helen, should parents make plans for their children? What do you think? Or they should let their children prepare themselves?
In my opinion, for most children, parents should pay attention to them and maybe make some arrangements in advance to prepare for their good future in their education. However, when they grow up and adult enough,
when they grow up and mature enough and are mature enough.
When they grow up and are mature enough, children should be encouraged to make the decisions by themselves, and they have to be more responsible for their life.
And for their life, I see.
Yes, so they when they grow up, they have to make plans by themselves. So I mean that it depends on the age, the stage of the life of a person.
The state of the life of a person, I see. All right. So, Miss Ngân, what do you think? When should children start to make plans for themselves?
I think when children they have self-conscious. It means that they know exactly what they want and what they are good at. They can make the plans for themselves. I don't think this plan is ideal at first time, but with parents consultant, they can adjust some points in their plans and make it make it better time by time. So in my opinion, let people do what belong to them. Even they are preteen or adolescent, they can take full responsibility for themselves.
They can take full responsibility. How about full of the responsibility?
Yes, full responsibility.
They can take full responsibility for themselves. Be careful. Yeah. They can take full responsibility for themselves. Not like they can take full of responsibility. Không có như vậy nha.
Sorry.
Okay, be careful. They can take full responsibility for themselves. And so, Miss Wan, please. So, what plans do countries need to make? What do you think?
I think people need to make a lot of plans, and but one of the most important plan is about economy, and they often make a plan in 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, or even some countries they make a longer plan, as far as I know. And also they in economy they choose some term to be the leader of economy to develop. Like
develop, you mean?
To develop.
To develop.
Like develop. Develop.
To develop. Yes.
To develop. For example, before Vietnam choose agriculture to develop as one of the most most exporter of rice. Most
One of the
biggest.
biggest exporter, one of the biggest
biggest
exporter
exporter
of rice. Yes.
And also other country like Japan is one of most biggest captain of invest in foreign countries.
Okay, I think
And
that's it. Yes. Anything else?
and also they can make other plan like education on children or health for their habitant.
Sorry. Inhabitants, for other inhabitants, và những người dân khác. For other inhabitants. Okay. Now, so I think that's it. Let's end the lesson here today. Thank you so much. And next time we need to really do the topic about crime. Okay. So please watch those videos that I sent you. Có 4 video đó.
Okay.
Those 40 videos about crime. Unit 18, you know. We need that.
So the topic crime will be tomorrow.
No, it's Sunday already.
Yeah, it's Sunday already.
On Thursday. Be careful. Now
10 a.m. right?
Thursday 10 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Ủa thầy, vậy cái bài viết á nộp khi nào thầy nhỉ?
Well,
hình như chưa nhé.
Okay, let's correct our writing on Thursday, shall we?
Yes.
Let's correct our writing on Thursday, and on Saturday we can do speaking, and on Sunday we can work on task 2 writing.
Okay.
Okay.
Thầy ơi, em muốn hỏi cái từ nếu mà ở đây vĩ mô nó là gì thầy?
Why do you
Em muốn hỏi là
macro?
Ý là cái nhà nước thì sẽ thường lập những cái kế hoạch vĩ mô hơn.
Like
vĩ mô.
Like micro and macro. Micro means very small. Macro means very big. Like macroeconomics, kinh tế vĩ mô. Like
nhưng mà cái từ vĩ mô đấy phải đi kèm với một cái từ khác, ví dụ như micro
must go together.
Micro plan.
That's technical words already, so I don't think you should know that, because I don't know about that because I'm not an economist. Mình không học về economy. I don't know.
Đó là macroeconomic với micro.
You do not need to know that because for IELTS you do not need technical words, okay? Không cần từ chuyên ngành đâu trong IELTS đâu. You only need academic words, which is exactly what we did during like basic 1 and basic 2 courses, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good for today. Okay, so Thursday we need to correct the task, the writing. Okay. I'll see you then.
See you.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.